Good morning all and welcome to our ladies and men's pennant review after our weekend there, and I'm here joined by Jenny Edmanson, captain of Division 1, is it Jen?
Thanks Matt, yes I am this year, well unfortunately, probably more than fortunately.
And we're also here with Lynne Kirby. Are you captain of Division 2,
No,
Lynne?
not at all. Jill Peppard's our captain.
Jill Peppard, okay. Now it's good to have you both on board today, and we're just going to quickly run through our wrap from Pennant over the weekend. First of all, we'd like to thank Sonia De Pietro from Stockdale Leggo as our sponsor for this segment. So it's fantastic that they're on board. And yes, I'm filling in some very large shoes. The media superstar that we have here, Mark Hayes, but unfortunately you've got me. It's pennant time. I'm dressed to the nines because everything stops in the world when ladies' pennant's on. So I thought I'd just get with the program. So we might start off with Division 1 this week. And after a bye last week, you started this week here, and you played Bowen Heads Golf Club, Jen.
Yeah, we sure did, Matt, and yeah, on a tough day at 13th Beach, we all headed over there, and conditions were, well, we thought they were going to be okay. The wind wasn't there, but unfortunately the rain came about halfway through. We didn't succeed in coming home with a win, but a 5-2 loss. All players played very, very well and did their very best. So yeah, the Bowen Heads were a tough side. A lot of their players are from Melbourne clubs, so Royal Melbourne, Metropolitan. So they're two from Royal Melbourne, one from Metropolitan that we had to contend with. So it was a pretty good effort from the team, and yeah, just we had a 5-2 loss. We had wins to Meg Pratt and myself, and the others, some of them went down to the wire. 2-1 for Ange Foot, Jill Barker and Alicia on holes 2 holes down. So yeah, we're very proud of the team at this stage and looking forward to our next week against Anglesey.
Yeah, well I suppose this year, Jen, with it being 7 to a team, it does sort of create a bit of, looks at the depth within the club there, and I suppose with Jackie and Lou there, may not have had a lot of experience at Division 1, so it was good for them to be sort of blooded into that team there. And as you said, there was 3 games that went down to sort of the 17th and 18th holes. So
yeah, and Lou was great. I mean, she jumped up from Division 2, and it was she performed admirably because the girl she played was off much lower handicap. So yeah, she's done very, very well, Lou. I know how nervous she was, but yeah, performed well. Thanks Lou for coming up and filling that spot for Jeanette Barclay from last week. Yeah,
well, at least we've got the first round out of the way, seeing you had the bye the previous week. And we also have Player of the Week also for each team here. And so in our Division 1 section, we have to give it to our host here, Jen Edmanson. She's a little bit embarrassed about collecting that, but with a 5-4 win playing up at number 2, that was a fantastic effort beating Merrin Pool. So well done, Jen, there.
Yeah. Thanks, Matt, and thanks to Stockdale Leggo as well for their prizes there.
All right, so we'll move on across to Division 2, where our club here defeated Queen's Park Golf Club 3-2, and they actually moved to 3rd on the ladder after this result here. So I'll hand over to Lynne, who's involved in that team.
Oh, thank you very much, Matt. Well, first of all, I've got to say thank you to Stockdale and Leggo for the Player of the Week last week, etc. So thank you very much, Stockdale and Leggo. For us, we played Barwon Valley at Queen's Park, and we actually had a win, which was fantastic. As you mentioned earlier, Jen, Lou went up to Division 1, so we had Angela Royal join us, and we had a win with Jill Peppard, our captain, Lynne, myself, Angela Royal, and the wins were Jill Peppard 4-2, myself 4-3, and Angela Royal 2-1. Julie Milne, who's been in absolute fantastic form, actually played Bernadette Bagaki, and Bernadette Bagaki actually was in the Betty Curnow and were runners-up at the end. And her partner, Sue Holmes, played against Sue Holland. So unfortunately, they had the best 2 players of Barwon Valley, and this team is really their only good team, their Division 1 team. So it was a really hard slog for Julie and Sue, and they did admirably on the day. Sorry. Butterflies.
Yeah. Don't sugarcoat it. Julie Milne got smoked. She was 5-4.
Oh yes, but she's playing so well.
I know. She's been a bit nervous as well with that.
Number 1 as well.
You are, yeah. When you're playing the best team of that club in Division 2, it's a good effort. And yes, very much what you said there, Lynne, with Angela Royal moving up from Division 4 to Division 2, that was a big jump.
Yes.
And with her having a win there was fantastic. And with that, she was also voted Player of the Week as well for her stellar effort
Yes.
stellar effort through there. So it's great that you have moved up into third place on the ladder.
Oh, good. Didn't know that.
Yeah, which is fantastic, just behind Clifton Springs and Bowen Heads there.
Right.
So we have a little news segment that we might talk about today, which is it occurred over last Friday, and it's called Caddy's Confessions. And I might mention Jen Edmanson can give us a little bit of a background on this.
Oh, I might be in trouble here, Matt, but we're going to try and start something that we probably should finish sooner than we should. So there was a situation where we thought, the caddies, they might be left out without having, player of the week and that sort of thing. So we thought, what can we do? Well, first up, there was a couple on the course who, and I can't mention names, I'm not allowed to mention names, and the caddy of one of our particular players at some stage throughout the game turned around behind, and there was two players behind playing without caddies, and this person turned around and said, "Oh, Ange, hang on, I've mentioned a name. Why are they playing in twos and we're playing in fours?" And our particular player said, "Be quiet, such and such. You're not playing." So she was counting the two caddies as the four players and the two players behind. And she said, Ange could not believe, and someone could not believe.
Well, normally it would probably come from the player that you're talking about, but no, we won't divulge any names, but we can say that she is very quick with the wit. She's very quick on the pokies, and she's very quick to, I suppose, look after a Hawthorn Football Club, which had a massive win on the weekend. She's very quick to protect them. So we won't go any further with that, and we might have another story in 2 weeks' time when Pennant resumes from the caddy section.
Yeah, so that particular caddy's we're going to put in $2 every week, and the particular caddy who might do something silly or very, very good will earn themselves a little reward like the players.
Oh, very good. That's a good initiative there. So we'll move across to Division 4 now, who had a resounding victory in Division 4 there, and they actually defeated, what did we have? I think they defeated Clifton no, geez, how bad's my hosting going today? I've already changed it over. But they defeated Bowen Valley, and they actually played on their home course here, which is very unusual for women's pennant. But they had a 4-1 win, which was fantastic, and they now sit undefeated on top of the ladder there. It was a big win, as they did lose Angela Royal, who moved up in Division 2, and also Donna Ut was unavailable for play. I have spoken to a couple of their players, and they felt quite aggrieved after last week's sermon from Jan Cogger saying that the younger players needed to lift and perform, and they actually did that. Sue Plummer and Joy Francis at the top of the tree there had some good solid victories at 4-2 and 4-3, and Jan Cogger held her end up there with a 1-up, and also Beth Peterson had a win. Unfortunately, Kathy Strawn went down in that particular game, but yes, Joy and Sue they felt they really needed to perform for their team, and they actually did that last week after Jan's ruthless spray on the video. And with that one too, we give Player of the Week to Sue Plummer there with her victory. She was buzzing after golf here on Friday after having a few issues around holes 16, 17, 18 and getting very nervous, but on the 16th she holed out of the bunker to win her game. So she was absolutely pumped when she finished. Yeah. Did you ladies have any hear anything about that particular
we heard about it all night, Matt. Yeah, we were back out here having a few bevies after the round, and Sue, I don't think Sue stopped telling that story. So, but good on her. That's a great effort, and well done to that team for being on top of the ladder. So
yes, fantastic effort from that particular team there. And now we'll move across to the Division 5 team, who also had another victory on Friday. They defeated Clifton Springs Golf Club playing at Apollo Bay. They won 3-2, which was a great effort, where we had Margaret Birchall, Yvette Pollock and Jeanette Johnson have wins, and unfortunately Liz Brown and Judy Said went down to their respective opponents there, but they actually sit second on the ladder now, which is great. And I did have a look at to get some information on this, that Clifton Springs players had substantially lower handicaps than our girls, so it was a great win for them. And our Player of the Week in that one, after her fantastic victory of 7-5, which is a big win in Pennant, there was Jeanette Johnson. So she wins our Stockdale Leggo $10 voucher, which is fantastic for her.
Good effort.
I reckon she'll be a little disappointed, Matt, that she didn't see the whole of the Apollo Bay course. I reckon that would be she would be very, very upset, wouldn't she?
Yeah,
not having to walk all those hills on.
Was she one that, did she go down and stay the night prior like the blokes did, or did they travel down in the
I think
morning?
they did, didn't they?
I can't disclose that. I don't think we can disclose whether they did that.
Oh, okay.
but maybe if she did,
there.
it might have been a good thing because she might have had a few nice wines before she
went out the
Be
night
nice
before.
and relaxed, I reckn.
Oh, that's very good. So what we'll also do today with our video is we have got some results from the men's section because they do play on Sundays. So I think we had both teams had a win on Sunday. The Division 2 guys got up 4.5 to 2.5 over Torquay, which is a great win. We had Matt Davies, Ben Hoskin, Jack Martin had a win. He's been in the doldrums lately and he had a good win. And also Phil Toyne, he was successful in his win there. And then the Division 5 team, which has been copping a bit of a caning lately, they actually had a win. They beat Apollo Bay. They won 5-2. So we had Phil Stevens, Darren Wilson, Bob Gibbs and Dale Pollock all had wins, while Matt Miles halved, Darren Heaton halved, and then Lee McMuffin, he went down 2 holes. So, but a good effort that both of those teams were able to get a victory on the weekend.
Yeah, it's great for our men's pennant sides. They're very much, blooding a lot of the players in those two that haven't played before in those two sides. So it's really good to see, and it's going to hopefully this stands us in good stead to move back up the ladders in both of those divisions, and perhaps even jag a win somewhere. So,
yes, that was a great effort. So that appears that we've gone through our recap of all the games there. There's no pennant this weekend with Easter being on, so there'll be no video for next week. I'd like to thank Lynne and Jen. You guys were fantastic for today.
Thanks, Matt.
Hope you weren't too nervous with that.
I was a bit nervous, but anyway.
Lynn's got the gin and tonic just like me. So, Matt's got water, but we
Cheers.
thought we'd have a gin and tonic to start
Cheers,
the day off
guys.
with.
Yeah,
Cheers.
cheers.
So also I want to thank Kayla on the video there,
thank
and
you.
also we need to thank Sonia De Pietro and Stockdale Leggo for their sponsoring of this section. So if you are looking at selling one of your 6 houses or renting them out, Lynn, I don't know, maybe your 7th house you could sell, consider Stockdale Leggo for your real estate needs. So I'll be in the hosting seat here for the next 3 videos with Mark being away on leave. So we'll catch you in a couple of weeks when Pennant restarts.
See you, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.